Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. This week's a little bit different. I just want to talk directly to you guys, my subscribers. I know a lot of the times we put out videos with catchy, taglines and thumbnails and all this, trying to pull in new subscribers and grow the channel, but I just wanted to basically talk to everybody directly that's already been here for the last year. So the channel's been doing really well, and that's 100% thanks to you guys being amazing and supportive and commenting and driving all the engagement that YouTube tends to like. We hit 1 million views on a video last year, and I was not expecting that at all. And we're creeping up towards 40,000 subscribers now. And for a year, that's pretty dang good. And I just want to thank you guys directly. So here's some of the stuff going on. I'm releasing a course. I know, right? Shocking. Guitar player releases another course. And I see people releasing courses all the time, and they're always very specific. And it's always, funky rhythm boot camp 101 and, play slide like Derek Trucks, which good luck with that. But it's always these very specific things, and I see people buying these lessons, but the problem is a lot of them don't have the fundamental understanding of the fretboard on a deep enough level that they can actually get anything out of the lessons that they're purchasing. And I do a ton of teaching through my website, and 9 times out of 10 when somebody comes to me, they're stuck in a rut. And almost every time that person comes to me and they're stuck in a rut, it's because there's some crack in their foundation. Whether it's they're really fluent in one area of the neck and they can tear it up in our favorite pentatonic boxes. But if you push them down into like this area around the 12th fret, like in the 10th to, 12th fret on the E, A, and D string, be like, hey, play in C sharp and make it musical, or throw a weird key at them or something like that. They freeze up and they start to get some kind of anxiety as they venture into those parts of the guitar neck. And the system that I've been teaching for the last 10 years now or something, it's a way of organizing the fretboard where there's no dead spots, weak spots, and you're not scared of any key anywhere on the guitar neck. So you can put your hand down. My goal is for my students to be able to put their hand anywhere on the guitar neck, just randomly grab it, and me throw out keys at them and be like, okay, play an A. And then me be like, at any point in there, be like, switch to D. And they'll be like, okay. And then, okay, now G. And it doesn't matter where they're at, any key you throw at them, they can just it falls out of their hand automatically. And that's kind of how the system's built. And it starts off with the 2 cage system thing, but then I take it 18 steps past that, all the way up to voice leading triads through cycles of fifths and thirds. And that's where the fretboard really starts to open up, which also expedites your ear training, which is another topic for another day. I'm not going to go too deeply on that, but my whole goal is for you guys to be able to teach yourself after the course. That's it. And then if you go to buy some course with a catchy tagline, how to solo melodically across whatever changes or something like that, you'll have the fundamentals you need to actually soak up the content of what another great instructor is teaching you. And that's what I'm seeing for most of the time. Is like they shoot too high and then they don't have the tools to get to where they're trying to go. So I'm trying to give you that fundamental tool set right here, which is where most intermediate players are when they're trying to get to advanced intermediate and off to advanced. And like I said, it's not style specific. It's not geared towards, you're going to be a studio musician, or, you're just a live guitar player. It's just purely the fundamentals of the fretboard. I think I'm going to charge $100 for it. That's what I charge per hour on a lesson. Basically, to learn this stuff, it cost me $60,000 to go to college to learn it. So I figure that's fair. And if you don't like it, I'll send your money back. So that'll probably come out, I'm guessing, around May. I'm going to give myself 2 months to get it done. I haven't even started it yet, but I've been teaching the system for a while, so I don't think it'll take me too long. Just a matter of editing all the video. The next order of business is I'm releasing a song today. Actually, it just came out. And it's called February 29th. I know there's not typically a 29th day in February, but last year there was because it was a leap year, and that's when I wrote it. So I know get a little bit personal here on the channel, but me and my wife had a miscarriage last year, and we have a happy, healthy baby now, and everything's great. But it was pretty tough, and the first 4 days I was just taking care of her, taking care of my wife, and she finally went back to work, and I was, in just autopilot mode, just trying to survive basically and get her through it. And then after that, it kind of hit me like like slamming into a brick wall that morning. And it was 5:30 a.m. She was getting ready for work, and I came up here, and I had an old 51 arch top. You probably see me play on the channel. And I didn't even bother tuning it. I picked it up. I played something, came straight into the mic, one take. And then I grabbed a 335 because that's what was closest to me. Didn't even bother tuning it as well. Flipped on the Princeton and put a mic in front of it and played. And I think I had one punch on the electric thing because I fat fingered something. But it's all top to bottom, just one arch top guitar and one 335. It's slightly non-normal thing, but that's what I was feeling that day. And every once in a while, I feel like you capture some kind of magic, and that's hard to do on a record because you have all these, external factors hitting you all the time. Am I in tune? Am I in time? All these things. And the real magic happens every once in a while. We're like, wow, I really did something special here, and I feel like I caught it. And that's one of the few times where I was doing something for myself, because I'm usually trying to do that for other people. I haven't released anything in 3 or 4 years, and I just did it a year ago, and I've sent it to one of my favorite producers in town. Her name's Femke, and I just trust her judgment, and she's a mother, and so I figured her perspective would be nice on it. And I said, tell me what you think about this. And she was like, you need to release it. Don't put any keys on it. Don't write, lyrics, nothing like that. Just put it out how it is. And I'm like, okay, if there's anybody's judgment in this town I trust, it's hers. And so here we are, a year later. It's out. I'll put a link to it down in the description. I was going to do try to do a music video where I fake along to it, but that's lame. And I try to keep this channel as real as I can. So I'm never faking anything that you see. A lot of the time you'll see audio synced up on the back end. I didn't want to do that. And I didn't want to do some weird video that's all, emo and me walking around or anything stupid like that. So check out the audio, guys. That's what's bad anyways. I know people hear with their eyes, and it's hard to sell something without a visual. But I feel like the reel's on that track, and I wrote for my wife. And it was a tough time, but got music out of it. So next order of business. Got my notes on my phone here. Everybody talks about YouTube like building a community, right? We're building our community here. That sounds so lame. So I always call you guys gang. That's like I always say, hey gang, welcome back to the channel. My typical crap at the beginning of the video. But I just want to thank you guys. Like, seriously, thank you so much for checking out all this stuff, hitting 1 million views last year. I wrote down some stuff here to thank you guys for specifically. But one other thing I want to mention about the comment section. So I do my best, as you probably noticed, to respond to everybody in the comments. And that takes a lot of time. And I don't delete anybody's comment. I don't filter them out or anything like that. I think YouTube has some kind of filter on it, but the only time I delete comments is if somebody's being disrespectful to somebody that's not me. I'm a grown man. I can deal with whatever comes in. And anytime you put a video out that's getting 1 million hits, or most of these videos are getting 30,000 or so, people will, you're going to have a few bad apples in there, and that's fine. It takes all kinds to make the world go around. But anytime somebody says something, that's not cool about somebody else in my videos, or a songwriter I'm working for or something like that, I tend to delete those. But for the sake of being real, I keep everything else up on there. And I try to be as transparent as I can on the channel. That video that blew up was how much do touring musicians get paid. Back when I was on the road, I just this is insane. Why is this like this? And why do people not know this? So that's why I put it out there. And YouTube, for example, I post once every Saturday, or every other Saturday, typically. And YouTube makes about $700 a month for me, just on ad revenue. But I use it to drive traffic to my website, which is how I monetize it, with lessons, guitar overdubs, and mostly production work. And kind of use YouTube as a way to showcase what my team does here in Nashville, playing on records and making songs happen for songwriters, producers, and artists. So that's typically how I make most of my income now, which is through production. And obviously guitar overdubs too. I do a ton of those. But a lot of you guys were requesting that I put a tip jar up, and I wasn't expecting that. It seems like millennial panhandling to me, because I know I'm 32, so it's weird putting out something that's like, oh, here's a tip jar on this video. But, as Spookovac says, this stuff's free. So I guess I'll put one up there. And I don't know how to do that. I'll put my Venmo and PayPal down in the description. And if you guys like this kind of stuff, want to make a donation, that's cool. I try to reinvest it all back in the channel, anything that comes through like that, whether it's getting a tripod or a better light or something. Today, I'm obviously just using the natural daylight. But it does mean a lot. And some of you guys have already done that. And some of you guys actually ended up stalking me on PayPal and Venmo without me posting anything and sending really kind gifts. And that's ridiculously generous of a lot of you. And I wasn't expecting that. So down in the description now, there should be a link to my website, which is nashvilletracking.com. I might need to work up some merch or something too. I'm trying to do this whole YouTube thing right, gang, but not kill you with being too salesy on everything, because I know that gets annoying. So I'll put a link to nashvilletracking.com. If you're a songwriter, artist, or producer and you want to get your song recorded, all you have to do is hit that link. We walk you through the whole process. We have a great team here. They're super nice guys. And there's too many talented people to work with people that aren't kind. And I feel like that comes through in your music. And you can hear people's personalities in recordings. And so I try to just have a really good-hearted bunch of people that I work with here. And I really appreciate all of them as well. I'll also put a link to the new single that's out. It's called February 29th, or you can just go to Spotify or Apple Music and put Nicky V February 29th. It should pop up, hopefully. And I'll put the PayPal and Venmo down there. But most importantly, guys, thank you. It does mean a lot. I know there's a lot of other channels you could watch, people with better speaking voices. I know I talk too fast. My grandmother was from northern Michigan. My dad's a hillbilly, and so I talk really quick. And I know I'm hard to understand, but on the bright side, you don't have to speed up the video like you do for some other channels. Try to keep you awake here. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great week. And I have some more tracking session videos coming out after this. I shot one this week, and I think you guys will enjoy it too. Appreciate you.